If you currently work as a Google Cloud Platform or GCP administrator, or if you'd like to work as a GCP administrator, or if you as a vendor sell solutions to current Google Cloud Platform customers, well, you should probably know what the GCP resource hierarchy is. It's a very fundamental concept to understanding a lot of things about GCP, so I figured we'd start here. Now, to give an example, if you go on vacation for a week, normally you put some objects in one suitcase, some objects in another suitcase, and then you might even have more in a duffel bag and a few that you put in your backpack. It's really convenient to organize your objects in different containers, and it makes things a lot more manageable. That's really the concept behind GCP projects, folders, and organizations. So just to give some concrete examples, in the GCP world, let's see here if I can share. Perfect. So every GCE VM virtual machine, every GKE cluster, and every cloud storage bucket, that's kind of a bucket, right? These are all examples of resources. Whenever you create one of these resources, they end up in a GCP project, and they land in only one project. If you were to grant a predefined role called compute instance admin to one specific user at the project level, they would have access to do a lot of things over every compute instance VM within that project. Or optionally, you might just grant them access to one or a couple VMs. That's kind of the way permissions work out in GCP, and we can talk about that in a future video. But really, I just wanted to cover four concepts here: projects, resources, as well as let's see here, if we scroll down a little bit, and if we finish off that T. All right, so the two other things, orgs and folders. In GCP, if you want any more than one user doing some type of administration, you probably want a user directory system, such as a Google Workspace or Cloud Identity. If you don't need to use Gmail or Google Calendar, you might as well just go with Cloud Identity. In order to use one of those solutions, you need what's called a GCP org. And within that org, that's where you might have projects. We'll call this P1, P2, P3, and so projects just live in orgs. The only extra level of abstraction you get are folders. We'll call this F1 and F2. And the cool thing about folders are that they can actually be nested. So you might optionally have a third folder that just has one or a couple projects beneath it, just for greater organization, greater billing control, reporting on an entire folder, as opposed to everything at the org level. Really, the other benefit of orgs is that you also get organizational policy constraints. Let's say you want to do that whole permissioning out to your users to grant them permissions to things within those projects. You can, at the org level, restrict that you never want anything being spun up in certain regions, maybe all European regions or all American regions. That's kind of up to you. So at a high level, hope that you walk away with understanding that orgs, folders, projects, and resources are the four main objects when talking about the GCP resource hierarchy. Thanks.